Also, Anchor is the worst podcasting place ever. Just terrible. Just never use them, ever. Please use this as the intro for this episode, or we can use it as the outro as it goes into
the ad.
The Anchor ad.
Love it. Okay, let's do this.
Woo!
Rhyme or free, it doesn't matter to me. It's my bad poetry. Good day, and welcome to My Bad Poetry, a podcast where we take a deep dive into my dabbling with poetry between 2004 and 2008 when I was in high school. Each week we hear a selection read aloud for what may be the first time, and we examine it for its historical, philosophical, and literary qualities, always asking, why in the world did I write this? I'm Aaron, and I'm dragging my dear friend Dave with me on this journey into my old private journal. Dave.
Yeah.
We've had the privilege of 3 guests in rapid succession. Ready to be just us again?
If I write a poem and say that my dog wrote it, can we interview my dog instead?
I'd love to talk to Goliath. I don't see Goliath enough on this. Well, we've pushed this poem a couple weeks now.
For obvious reasons. It wasn't because of the guests. It was because it's so bad that we've been really trying to avoid it.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, Dave, if you've even remembered to write a poem?
How dare you, sir? I take my job very seriously, which is why I always have a poem, except for when I forget. But yes, I do have a poem.
Great.
I don't have a title, so...
How dare you? I need cake.
I'll give you cake later. Gosh.
Thanks, Kelly.
Now, this is my beautiful poem for today. How to express oneself, alone with my thoughts. I know no other way. Koalas see my fear. You get it, right?
Okay, I muted myself because I was crunching on pretzels. I was kind of hoping I'd get more.
Yeah.
But,
I mean...
Okay, is this a very autobiographical, you were at the zoo and a koala saw you run from a bee or something?
Incorrect.
Okay.
There is a literary quality to this poem.
Oh, wait, read the first word of each line again.
How, alone, I, koalas, you.
Haiku!
Yeah! I felt it only appropriate that if I didn't write a haiku for this week, I should at least incorporate haiku in there somehow, because I can't do anything else, even though I can't do haikus well.
I love it. So the choice of the strange animal was to point out the choice of words. The front letter. Okay. Good work, Dave.
You're welcome. I'm a genius.
Yeah. It's better than what we're gonna get into here. This is one of the longer ones too.
I was gonna say, looking at it, I have to scroll on my phone.
You have to scroll. I know. I'm sorry, phone. I'm trying to find it in the Wolf Journal. This is riveting audio, isn't it?
Almost as good as you crunching pretzels directly into a microphone.
There has to be an ASMR subset that just loves crunchy. Okay. This is my lunch, folks. So in the journal, the title of this week's poem is Friend in quotation marks. This is added in post, as I was about to describe, because in the journal, there is no title. So this is a titleless week for both of us.
So yeah, you owe cake as well then.
Yeah, we owe each other cake. We'll just even out.
Fair enough.
I actually have cake in the fridge, but... Okay. You ready for this?
No, but go ahead.
Okay. I try to move on, and you've already moved along. I am your friend. The word kills me every time it leaves your lips. I want to be more. I want no one else but you. But when it comes to love, I am a shadow in the backwash of your mind. I stand right beside you. It's torture by the second. Because it's a second longer, I could be holding you. I could drown in your eyes, but you, sorry, but you stare at mine as if they were a wall. I live in the past, hate the present, but I hold on to the future, where you will turn around and see me. See me and know that I have been there from the start. I want to move on, but to what? I'd rather live 1,000 lives waiting for you than to live one with one less beautiful than you. Oh, there's more. Okay.
Yep, there's more.
Great.
Sadly.
It should have ended a long time ago. Why must I hate loving you? I can't let go and it kills me.
I don't know if I've said this before, Aaron, but there is not enough air in my lungs for the fart noise that is in my soul.
You have said that before.
Good.
It might be a catchphrase. Okay. So we are in a time crunch this time. So we're going to do our best to stick to the script, which is first impressions, Dave.
First of all, show me the script that you have, because I got nothing in front of me.
Oh, yeah, I have my own.
Oh, okay.
Makes you look foolish.
Oh, good. My first impression is I really appreciate the second line, and you're already moved along.
Okay, so clearly I typed this one faster than when I wrote it. And that's saying something, because there are more typos in this version than there are in the written, which is a rarity for me.
Yeah. That's impressive.
Yeah. This one is exhausting. I wish I had more energy to tear this apart, but it's just
Yeah. I will say there are some lines in it that I think are really interesting. Like the I am a shadow in the backwash of your mind. That is a fundamentally disgusting visual, but like that's actually good. Like that's what you're going for, is the grossness of that, the discomfort. So there's something to it.
What does that even mean? I almost feel like that's a mistake on my metaphor part. It's such a mixed backwash is like spit and water, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is a shadow in backwash? Is there light and in the mind? I mean, I think it's supposed to be I am a shadow in the background of your mind, but I wrote backwash and in both the journal and the typed. It's there. So
I like it.
Okay.
In the fact that I hate it.
I mean, it is cringe. It's very disgusting.
Yeah.
A weird image. And like you said, it captures that moment.
Yeah.
Okay. I live in the past, I hate the present, but I hold on to the future.
I was going to say, that's not a bad line. Yeah.
Yeah. If it was about anything else other than this piney love, that would be kind of a cool concept to pick apart.
Yeah. It feels like Ludo. Do you know Ludo? They're a punk band from Chicago. They have a rock opera that they did, which is about like a guy whose girlfriend dies in a car accident, and he has to go back. He creates a time machine to go back and get her, and it's really good. Like it's kind of exactly what you'd expect. The time machine takes him back too far, and then he goes into the future, and it breaks down, and somehow he gets back, and whatever. But that line feels like something out of that. Like, I live in the past, I hate the present, but I hold on to a future. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I will say this, but I hold on for a future. Like, if I were writing that line, I would say, but I hold on for the future. Like, this future that I'm imagining or envisioning. But you're leaving it open. It's, crap.
Non-definite article?
Thank you. An indefinite article.
There we go.
Yeah.
Together.
We did it.
We complete a sentence.
Yeah, it's indefinite rather than definite. So it leaves it open to the possibility of other futures or changes. So it makes it a little less piney than I assumed it would be.
Yeah, Dave, if you read the next line, where you will turn around and see me.
Yeah, I was ignoring your grossness.
But that's the closing clause to that statement.
Yeah, but I'm still holding on to a future, Aaron.
Where that line doesn't exist.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Any future where that line doesn't exist.
Yeah, I like that, the indefinite. There's a potential of a future that's not exactly what I envisioned, but it's a future where things work out.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you're thinking of it in a more positive or nuanced light, then it could be a future where it might not work out between us, but things are better, or like whatever. That's not what you are writing here.
No.
But it could lead towards something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is very I-centric. Almost every other line starts with I.
Yeah.
I think that's, again, part of the issue. There's not a lot of thinking about the other.
Yeah. Well, and even a more positive light could have been we. Where it's still focusing on yourself in this relationship, but it's I and you.
Yeah. It's like we stand right beside each other, and it's torture by the second for me. Or, I mean, yeah, just rather than this again, I am the primary subject, they are an object.
Right, yeah.
In this structure. Yeah. Cliches left and right. I mean,
no kidding.
Drown in your eyes, I'd rather live 1,000 lives. The shadow in the backwash of your mind, that's my contribution to the literary world with this poem. It is an image that no one else would write, and that no one else should write.
That's just horrific.
Right? What? I will assure those who are very sick of my piney poems from the past, I think this is the end. I think this is the last one. If I looked forward, I think we might this might have been the pinnacle, the
valley,
the lowest valley.
Yes.
Yeah. And it will die there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't let go, and it kills me.
Oh my gosh. I was thinking about that. How hard it must be for today's youth with their first like puppy dog crushes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because back in the day, your relationship with your peers, or at least your crushes, basically ended at the end of the school day. Unless you sought them out. Like, it took effort. Yeah. Nowadays, you're connected nonstop. Your entire life could be an unfiltered, unfiltered is the wrong word, but could be an unbroken.
I mean, like a continuous,
Yes.
unfettered.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Connection with the people who you choose through texting, through social media, through. You don't have the home phone anymore where you had to go through parents to like, hey, is Dave home? You have access
Right.
to one another. So your entire life is defined in a slightly different way. And I'm thinking of this, I was writing during like MSN Messenger and our walk around phone. Those boundaries were breaking down and I built my life around that.
Yeah.
But nowadays that has to be 20, 100 times worse.
Right? Well, like the thing that comes to mind for me is there are days when I'm at church and talking with youth and they will have their phone out and they're just taking pictures of like the ceiling or something because they have to send snaps to other people because you have streaks for how long you send a snap each day.
Oh.
And so like I've had conversations where I've said like, "Oh, so you're tight with this person, like you're good buddies." No, I never see him anymore. Like we don't talk. I just send him a random picture every day.
To keep the streak alive.
Like they're incentivized to do this. And I know that if I had this when I was in high school, I would be doing the exact same thing.
Yep.
Like I'm not judging kids for doing this. It's just, man, that seems exhausting. Like it worries me.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Incentivized social interaction.
Even when it's not an interaction.
Yeah, there's no value.
Right.
Like human value outside of
well, back in my day, we used to talk to one another.
We used to care about conversations.
Did we? No, of course not.
No, we didn't. Our generation invented LOL and BRB.
AFK.
Yeah.
What? AFK. I have to pee.
AFK?
Away from keys.
Oh, I always defaulted. I always defaulted to BRB. I never.
Oh, no.
I did AFK.
I think AFK was more for gaming.
That would make more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was more of a gaming thing. BRB was more like MSN Messenger.
Yes. Yeah. Good point. Good point. Well, I'm fine with this being a little shorter because, frankly, again, this is the darkest valley of the piney puppy love that was Aaron at 16.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yikes.
For those of you feeling this way now, a reminder, while it may feel like the end of the world, it is not.
There you go. Things change, things get better. Some things also get worse.
Yeah, no.
But, that's life.
Sometimes the world just sucks.
Exactly.
Hopefully you just find a friend who can
talk to you about bad poetry.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Put a plug for our podcast in the middle of our podcast.
Yeah. If you have your own bad poetry. No. So Dave, we have neglected you. With our last two guests, we just, frankly, they were better than anything you could have offered. So we didn't end with the question. And this is no offense to Kelly. We were just too stuck to a format at that point. But I know that you have just been waiting and pining, and it may hurt to not have been able to have done this. I see you and I know you. Good or garbage, Dave?
Well, Aaron, it hurts for us to sit here so close yet so far away. And for me not to be able to slap you across the face for writing this poem. Because the only metaphor that I find appropriate, I just learned about today.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are you ready for a new metaphor?
I love metaphors.
Well, get ready, because it's one that you taught me and will haunt me for the rest of my life. This poem is a shadow in the backwash of my mind. That's all I've got for you. It will haunt me for days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right? I feel like that's appropriate.
That is spot on. I love it. I'm seeing, have we done an Elizabeth Barrett Browning? We have.
I was going to say that sounds like a question for Aaron.
Yeah. I try and do new poets each time. Does this bring any poems to mind with you?
Ooh, a poem by that great medieval poet, Cake. To me, coming from you, friend is a 4-letter word. Actually, that's pretty connected to this. That's not bad. I mean, I'm not saying we should use that, but like, that's an interesting perspective to put on it. Because that's the whole point of the song is friend is a 4-letter word.
Yes.
No.
I'm going to lift up the words of a true poet of our generation. Actually, it's 3 collaborators, Andreas Mikael Carlsson, Martin Max, and Rami Yacoub. And this poem is called It's Gonna Be Me. Every little thing I do never seems enough for you. You don't want to lose it again, but I'm not like them. Baby, when you finally get to love somebody, guess what? It's gonna be me.
I want to be angry, but I also just kind of want to dance.
That's a bop. I heard it on the radio this week, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that fits. That's good.
It's and it's that same just toxic energy.
A toxic energy that sold millions and millions of records.
And created the best meme for the first day of May. Well, as always, this has been My Bad Poetry.
Now go write some of your own bad poetry.
Well, we should do this more often on a tight time limit.
Yeah, that worked.
Far less editing for me.
There you go.
Rhyme free doesn't matter. It's my bad poetry.